What's up, HELLRAISERS? Welcome back to yet again another video. So this is going to be a video a little bit different. Take a break from movie reviews, right? Dive into a list for you. I was supposed to do this list like a couple of months ago. One of my Instagram followers asked me, Tevin, make a list about the top 5 plot reveals in movies or plot twists, if you would say. So I decided, that'll be an interesting video to make, right? So why not do that? So I decided to split these videos up into two. So I'm going to have one today, then one tomorrow. And then I'm going to talk about what each of the movies is about on this entire list. So this list right here will contain major spoilers, okay? Major spoilers. Let me say that one more time. Major spoilers. I'm going to give you a little bit of review, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of plot. Then I'm going to spoil the fucking plot twist of the movie. So let me say that one more time, people, because I don't want to spoil no movie for anybody, okay? I'm going to spoil the plot twist for these movies that's on their list, okay? Please keep that in mind going to this. Please, I'm begging you. So with all that in mind, let's dive into this list. So kicking things off at number 5, you got a movie called The Other, starring Nicole Kidman. This movie tells a story about a mother who lives in this big ass mansion, and she got 2 small children and a caretaker, excuse me. And inside this house, there's some very strange, dark, and mysterious things going on. A shout out to my boy Mr. Barley. But anyway, it's some very strange shit going on in the house. And the mother is trying to find a way to protect her children against whatever this unknown epidemic is in her house. And no matter what she does, she's always one step behind. And this entity or this epidemic or this situation is always one step ahead. And her kids keep telling her, Mom, there's something in my house. You need to look into this. And even the caretakers even telling her something off about your house. So she walks around her house trying to figure out what's up and what's going on. And little by she know. Y'all ready for the plot twist? The plot twist is that everybody in the house is dead, including her and her children. When I first saw this movie, I got chills over my whole body. I got goosebumps talking about this shit right now. This movie is that insane. Once this movie gets going, especially Nicole Kidman's performance, oh my god, I love Nicole Kidman's performance in this movie. She brings this movie to life. I promise you. She brings this movie to life. The shit that you see throughout this movie is very weird and strange, but the stuff you don't see is always creepy to me. That's what I like about this movie. I will be reviewing this movie, definitely, because this movie has one of the fake false jump scares of all time. What I mean, fake false jump scare, something that wasn't supposed to be a jump scare, but it was a jump scare to the point where you go like, okay, I like that because they didn't try so hard. We'll get more into it in a separate video, I promise. 4, kicking things off with Star, the first Star movie. This movie right here tells a story about 2 strange men waked up in the bathroom with their ankles chained to a pole. And inside that bathroom, there's a dead body, and one guy is a photographer, the other guy is a doctor. And the guy in the middle is dead, and they have no idea how they got there, why they got there, why, like what's the explanation for, who is the dead guy on the ground, on the floor, and they have to find out. And so they basically playing like this little whodunit type stuff, or like I guess it's a little cat and mouse type of game. They basically communicating back and forth, trying to find out what's going on, and they end up nowhere. Plot twist is that the guy that's dead on the floor is actually the creator of the game. He is the reason why those 2 guys is in that bathroom in the first place. This movie right here, the first Star movie came out in 2004, and I remember people were talking about this movie like it was the new horror film. Just so we clear, Star is not a horror film. Can we not call it that? That go for all these fucking review YouTubers out there. This is not a horror film. This is torture porn. Keep that in mind, okay? Torture And plot twist is that the guy on the floor who is dead is actually not dead. He was laying there the whole time throughout the entire movie, listening to these two guys trying to figure out how they got in this room. And he gets up at the end, walked over to the door, opened the door, and closed the door and say, "Game over." Mind blown. Like I said, I'm sorry if I spoiled this. You've been warned, but if you saw this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you haven't seen it, you gotta watch the movie because this movie is a roller coaster ride. You don't really know you don't really know what you're in for by the time this movie get going. Number 3, let's kick it back to the 80s. Sorry, let's talk about Friday the 13th, 1980, the first one, right? Y'all familiar? Sweet. For those of you who are not, you've been warned again. Get the hell out of here. I'm about to spoil this movie. So, Friday the 13th tells a story about a bunch of campers at this camp called Camp Crystal Lake, and there is some killing going on. They don't know who it is, why they doing it. Little by you know, they have to find out the hard way. At the end of the movie, spoiler, it was Pamela Voorhees, Jason's mother, an innocent, sweet little old lady who you would have never suspect to be the killer. I will go out my way and say that Pamela Voorhees as the killer is far more scarier than Jason. That's just my own opinion. Because when she revealed herself as the killer, it is so fucking bizarre and so weird and so creepy. I just love the sweet, innocent little voice that she got. Oh my god. It works. It works for me. Going into number 2, we got a movie called The Uninvited. This is a movie that tells the story about a young woman who is in this mental facility. So she finally gets out. She's able to go home to be with her family. Her mother dies, which is the reason why she ended up in a mental institution in the first place. So her dad come and pick her up, take her home, and all of a sudden she starts to have this sense that her stepmother is evil. So throughout the entire runtime of the movie, she has to investigate on what's going on with her stepmother. Why her stepmother is so weird and so creepy. But little by she know, the more she investigates, the weirder and weirder things get. So her stepmother, who is portrayed by Elizabeth Banks, we'll get more on her in just a second, starts to pick up on the fact that she is investigating her. And so she has to prove that she is not an evil stepmother. Y'all ready for the plot twist? The plot twist is that the girl is actually still crazy. She still belongs in the mental institution. Throughout the entire movie, she was basically hallucinating, talking to her dead sister that died in the fucking, I could say a condo with the mother. It blew up. The condo blew up, and the sister who got out of the mental institution was basically hallucinating, talking to her dead sister who was never there to begin with. Let's get back to Elizabeth Banks. I wish Elizabeth Banks take more roles like this, being creepy. Her performance in this movie gave me goosebumps. We're gonna review this movie soon too. Number 1. Drum roll please. Okay. Psycho, 1960. If you know me in real life, you know that this is my favorite movie of all time. Period. Okay, this is my favorite movie of all time. I'm going to tell you why in another video, but I'm going to give you a plot, what this movie is about. I'm going to spoil the plot twist. We tell the story about a young man that runs the hotel, and he has to listen to everything that mother says. And whoever, and every time a guest shows up, something happens where they end up dead, or not end up dead, they actually get killed by mother. And Norman Bates have to clean up mother's mess every time she kills somebody. She wants her son to herself. She isolates him just to keep him for herself. Y'all ready for the plot twist? The plot twist is that mother don't exist. Mother is dead. Norman Bates is the one that's killing people. This is a film that I watched at a very young age. my stepdad and my mom basically stepped me down and said, hey, watch this movie, you're gonna love it. And when I found out more about this movie than I was supposed to, I ended up becoming so obsessed with it because I love the suspense in this movie. I'm not going to get into too much detail because I want to review this movie separate for you. But like I said, this was one of them films where Alfred Hitchcock, one of my favorite directors, Alfred Hitchcock, like he knew what he wanted. He called his movies masterpiece. And you can truly see why. If you've seen this movie, you already know what's up with this movie. But so that's pretty much gonna wrap up today's Pacific top 5 list. If you've seen any of these movies, let me know in the comments on what you think of any of these movies. And hopefully nobody watched this video who haven't seen any of these movies, because if I spoil these movies for you, I'm truly sorry. But I warned you like 7 times in the beginning. But anyway, want to get in touch with me, all my social media link will be in the description down below. And don't forget to drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell notification so that way when I drop another little video, you'll be the first ones to get it. Don't forget to stay creepy, stay spooky, and I'll catch you here with the next video.